Good afternoon. Today I'm going to show you something that has never been done before in the history of human civilization. I'm going to show you a mathematical equation for manifestation. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Mathematics for manifestation? Isn't that supposed to be spiritual, mystical, something you just believe in? And that's precisely the problem, isn't it? For thousands of years we've been told to believe and things will happen. Have faith. Raise your vibration. Think positive. Very inspiring, very poetic, and very, very vague. Today, I'm going to replace belief with understanding. I'm going to replace vagueness with precision. I'm going to show you exactly why manifestation works, not through mysticism, but through mathematics. Let me present to you the manifestation equation. M_out equals M_in multiplied by R multiplied by the quantity 1 minus e to the negative alpha phi multiplied by e to the negative 2 kappa L. Now, if that sounds like something from a quantum mechanics textbook, good, because the structure of this equation is not arbitrary. It reflects patterns found throughout physics, from tunneling probabilities to saturation curves. But don't worry, I'm not here to torture you with mathematics, I'm here to illuminate you with it. Let me break this down. First, let's define our variables. M_out represents the output, what you actually receive in physical reality, the manifestation itself. M_in represents the input, the seed you plant. This could be money, time, energy, action, something tangible that you commit to reality. R is the amplification ratio, your intended multiplier. If you invest 100 euros, expecting to receive 5,000, your R equals 50. Now here's where it gets interesting. The term 1 minus e to the negative alpha phi is what I call the phase coherence function. In physics, similar structures appear in saturation phenomena, where a system approaches a maximum value asymptotically. Phi in this equation represents your phase alignment, the degree to which your consciousness is free from internal contradictions, free from doubt, free from limiting beliefs. When phi approaches infinity, meaning perfect alignment, this entire term approaches 1. Your intention passes through completely. When phi is low, meaning you're filled with doubt and resistance, this term approaches 0. Your intention is blocked. So all those self-help books telling you to remove your blocks, they were onto something, they just couldn't tell you why. Now you know. It's the phase coherence function. Finally, we have the exponential decay term, e to the negative 2 kappa L. This structure is identical to the quantum tunneling transmission coefficient. In quantum mechanics, this describes the probability of a particle passing through a barrier it classically shouldn't be able to penetrate. In our equation, kappa L represents what I call the fate coefficient, the karmic or destinal barriers unique to each individual. Some barriers are thick, some are thin. But here's the beautiful thing about quantum tunneling. The probability is never 0. Even through the thickest wall, there is always a chance of transmission. This is not mysticism dressed as science. This is the mathematical structure that accurately describes how consciousness interacts with reality. Now, let me explain this in a way that anyone can understand, even a 13-year-old. Imagine you're a farmer. You want to grow apples. What's the first thing you need to do? You need to plant a seed, right? If you plant nothing, you get nothing. This is M_in, your input. You cannot harvest what you haven't sown. No seed, no fruit. It's that simple. Now, let's say you plant 1 apple seed. Normally, you might expect 1 apple tree. But what if you had a special kind of intention, a clear, powerful vision that this 1 seed would become an entire orchard? That's R, your intended multiplier. You're not just planting a seed, you're planting a vision. But here's the catch. Let's say, while you're planting, you're thinking, this probably won't work. I've never been good at gardening. My neighbor tried this and failed. What happens? Your doubt acts like a filter. Your intention goes in strong, but it comes out weak. This is the phase coherence function at work. The more doubt, the more your result shrinks. It's like trying to pour water through a coffee filter filled with your own negativity. Not very efficient. Now, the last part. The fate coefficient. Some people seem to have a natural gift for certain things. One person starts a business and it takes off immediately. Another person works just as hard, but struggles for years. Is this fair? Maybe not, but it's real. The equation accounts for this. Each of us has barriers. Some we're born with, some we've accumulated. The fate coefficient represents these barriers. But, and this is crucial, The equation uses the same mathematical structure as quantum tunneling, and quantum tunneling tells us something profound. No barrier is absolute. Even if the probability is small, it is never zero. You can always get through. It might take longer. It might require more energy. But mathematically, the possibility always exists. Mathematics does not lie. 1 + 1 = 2. This is true in Tokyo. It's true in New York. It was true 1,000 years ago. It will be true 1,000 years from now. This is not spirituality. This is not faith. This is architecture. The architecture of reality creation. Plant the seed, set the intention, clear the mind, and trust the mathematics. Thank you.